Okay, so we're finally here on Sora's website. If you are someone who wants to do this side by side as you're watching this course, then go ahead, go to Sora's website, www.sora.com. I'll have the link in the description down below, or even on screen right here as you can see yourself. If you do have an OpenAI account, then you will easily be able to access Sora. Otherwise, you'll unfortunately have to make an OpenAI account. But before we actually get started in creating viral aesthetic images using Sora, I'll have to explain to you the interface that's going on Sora's website. So as you can see on screen right here, on the left hand side, you have different sections such as the search bar, explore page, which is all the images that you see in front of you that other people have made using Sora. And if you want, you can filter it using either images, or if you want videos, then you can find videos as well. As you can see, people have made different videos using Sora. And if you have liked any photos, then you'll also see those here as well. Down here in the library section, you'll see all the media that you have created yourself using Sora. So I'm not going to show you what I've created, but I have created many different photos, many different images using Sora. Underneath its favorites, again, same thing as, photos that you've liked of others, you'll have favorites. Uploads is where when you're creating an image, you can upload your own photo or a reference photo so that when Sora is creating your image, it can use that reference photo to be a bit more accurate, right? And then down here is the trash, which is all the recent projects that you've hidden from people so they don't look at it or they don't see it. Because a lot of the time, any sort of image that you generate on Sora, it will be shown on the explore page, maybe not towards you, but towards other people. And of course, if you are someone who likes to be organized and have their images in certain places, then you can always click on the folder button, the new folder button, and you can organize your images there. Now, in front of us, we have all the images that people have generated. You see this image of a guy sitting on his bed, alarm ringing. You have a guy who has chronic pain. You have a guy who's, in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and so on and so forth. And you'll find many different images based off of what people have given Sora as a prompt. Now, this is sort of like a feed, and it's not necessarily something that is tailored to each person's need. These are random photos that random people have generated, and you can also see the amount of likes each photo gets and the account, whoever has made this photo. And based off of this, you can see that many people do put a lot of effort in their prompts just because of how the images that you see on screen right now are created, such as this image which you see right here, which is, I think, from the medieval times, or like I said, this person standing in front of the Eiffel Tower is, again, very high quality, very high contrast. You could see different types of colors being used. And if I were to show this person who's probably never heard of Sora, never heard of any image generation AI software, then they probably think that that is a real photo, when in fact it's not. Third section is down here where you can see the prompt box where it says describe your image. Now this is where majority of the magic happens, and like ChatGPT, because Sora is a product of OpenAI, Sora works a lot like ChatGPT. So the prompts that I'll be using today will be similar to the prompts that we use for ChatGPT, right? Because they're both the same products of OpenAI. So down here, when you have your describe your image, you'll be writing text prompts describing your image in detail. And I elaborate to this because detail is the most important thing when it comes to talking to Sora or even any sort of AI tool. Beside the describe your image section, you have a plus button, and over here you can upload your own images, such as an image of yourself or a reference photo, either from your device or the library if you've used Sora before. Down here you have type, so either you want to generate an image or a video. Because I'm using the free version, I won't be able to generate videos for you today, but because Sora is very identical to ChatGPT, no matter what prompt you use, you can either use that prompt for an image or a video as well. But for today, it's just an image. If you are wanting to generate videos, it's the same process as generating images. Beside this, you have your preference of aspect ratio. So they have 3 different types. So it's either 3:2, 1:1, or 2:3. Unfortunately, I don't know why they don't have 16:9 or 9:16, which is the most preferred aspect ratio. Otherwise, usually when I'm using Sora, I do use Sora for thumbnail images. So if you have been watching my videos for quite a long time, you'll see that my thumbnails are very high contrast, and majority of that is because of the background that I use. And all of the backgrounds that I use in my thumbnails are generated from Sora, and I usually generate them in a 3:2 aspect ratio. Next, we have variations. So whenever you submit a prompt to Sora, you can either have it generate 1 image, or you can have it generate 2 images. I'll recommend 2 images just because if you do want to make any changes, then you have 2 references in which you can change the image, right? And then over here you have preset, and I think this is one of my favorite features, is because if you see all the images that you have on screen right now, this is sort of a cartoony style, this is more of a realistic style, this is a line art, you could say, and so on and so forth. So all of these different images are made and presented using these presets down here, right? And you can toggle each one of them, and you can choose whether you want a film, preset, or you want a cartoony or pixel art, like I said before, and Sora will generate an image based off of that preset. So which is good. Now you don't have to mention whether you want your image to be line art or medieval style or whatever style you want. You can always use one of these presets and then give your prompt to Sora. And then on the top right hand corner, you can see you have 3 icons. This is just a filter. Like I said, if you want images, videos, same thing. Over here, once you have generated the image, or once Sora has generated the image, you can go to the activity side and you can see the image that Sora has generated. And then on the right, you have profile, and you can have access settings, help, video tutorials. These are useless. You don't need to watch these because you have me right now. You can also join the Discord, and you can see your plan, which is free right now. I will be buying the paid soon, but for now, for Sora, you don't need the pro version. Right, so those were every single setting, every single part of the interface that I shared with you. Now it's time to actually generate an image. Now, a lot of people, and I still see people doing this today, is they don't know how to write prompts. Please, I beg you, for everyone who is using AI, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Sora, please learn how to prompt, because there are many benefits in knowing how to prompt AI, right? Okay, so I'll give you an example. Let's say if I wanted to generate an image of a guy standing in front of Statue of Liberty, right? So a lot of people, and 99% of people would do this, they would literally write, generate me an image of a guy standing in front of the Statue of Liberty. And they would hit enter, right? One line, not much detail, not much clarity, no context, whatever. Just generate me an image of a guy standing in front of the Statue of Liberty. Now, I'm not saying that Sora is not going to generate an image based off of that description, but you certainly will not get a result like this, or this, or this, right? You can forget about getting any good results from that. Main thing about generating images from Sora is, because it's an image as well, you want detail, you want context, you want clarity. And the way you get clarity is by knowing what you really want the end product to be, right? So if I do want someone who is standing in front of the Statue of Liberty, how do I want that person to be? Do I want them to be, taking a selfie or doing a pose? What sort of background do I want? Do I want it to be raining in the background? Do I want it to be cloudy, stormy? How do I want the person to look? Is it a white guy, a brown guy, a black guy? No offense to anyone. Or do I want it to be a male or female? All these things matter. And without those things, you're going to get random results. And it will probably look like you generated an image using AI. So let's finally uncover this and demystify this by me showing you how to prompt Sora for the best results. Right. So like I said before, we're gonna create an image of a guy standing in front of the Statue of Liberty, right? And we're going to start off like this. So we're going to give it context. We'll say, generate me an image of a young male in his 20s who is a backpacker and is traveling the world, looking at different sceneries. This image should be of the young man standing in front of the Statue of Liberty. So I've given a bit of context. So I've said this young male who's in his 20s, he's a backpacker, he's traveling the world, and right now he's in America, he's in New York City, and he wants to stand in front of the Statue of Liberty. Some might say this is enough. To me, that's not enough. I think we can be a bit more specific in how we prompt, because you need to take account in what the guy is wearing, the camera angle even. Do you want it to be, a mid shot, long shot, upper angle, lower angle, sort of like that. So we're gonna be a bit more descriptive. I want the image to be a mid shot of the young man standing in front of the... Okay, so I've finished writing the whole prompt and I'll read it out to you. If you want to have the same prompt, then you'll find it in the description down below. Every single thing that I do in this video and in this course will be in the description. So go ahead, every single resource is down there. Go check it out. But for my prompt, I have started with a bit of context. I started with who the person is that I want the image of. So I stated this person is a young male in his 20s. He's a backpacker, he's a traveler, and he's looking at different scenes. And right now he's in New York City. He's standing in front of the Statue of Liberty. So that's a bit of context about him. And now this time I talked about the camera angle, because that also matters. So I mentioned that I want the image to be a mid shot of the young man standing in front of the Statue of Liberty. So a mid shot is somewhere around from the top of your head to around waist height of that person. A long shot is full body, and close shot is probably top of the head to around the neck. And I mentioned what the guy is wearing. So I mentioned that he is wearing blue jeans, a sweatshirt, white sneakers, and a black backpack on his shoulder. In terms of skin color, I said he has white facial skin color with little facial hair. He has a comb over, taper fade, or whatever hairstyle you call this, and he's posing in front of the camera. So you can probably just end the prompt there, where I have, he should have brown eyes, but you also want the guy to be posing. If he's traveling around the world, he should be excited about whether he's in front of the Statue of Liberty, so he's going to be posing. And I mentioned how he's posing. So he's going to be posing on his side, facing the camera, and the Statue of Liberty will be on the right side of it. Now, aside from what you want in the photo, you also have to mention what you don't want in the photo. I think most people underestimate how much you have to tell ChatGPT or any LLM to not include in their answer, right? So in this case, I mentioned that don't have any other person or thing, animal in the background of the photo. It should just be this young man and the Statue of Liberty. So we're gonna click enter, and we're gonna see what Sora generates for us. On a side note, there are other image generating AIs out there, like Nano Banana Pro, which is a product of Google. There is Recraft AI, and there's many other different types as well. But I think by far the best results I've gotten is from Sora, and I wouldn't choose any other one after that. But we finally have our image, and based off of the results, I think it's not too bad. So in terms of descriptions, I think it's quite spot on how Sora has been able to do this. Please comment down below which image you like better, number 1 or number 2. To me, I think number 2 looks a lot more better, and I think the background, how it's blurred the Statue of Liberty a little bit, is sort of teasing. I wish it wasn't that blurred, but maybe I did forget to mention it in the prompt, so I will mention it next time to not blur it. But in terms of the description of the male itself, he does look like he's in his 20s, comb over, taper fade, little facial hair, white skin color, black backpack, sweatshirt, jeans. Pretty good. In terms of the background though, sun shining, water reflecting. There's no one in the background, like I mentioned. I don't think there is. Yeah, no, there isn't anyone in the background, which is good. So yeah, comment down below which image you liked best, number 1 or number 2. Let's go over and try a different preset. So once you have generated the image and you click on activity and you see your image, you have a few more options down here. So number 1 is you can edit your prompt. So the prompt you've written, you can either adjust it, you can either delete some things or add some things, you know, whatever you want to do, right? So I'm going to just add, so you can adjust the prompts, you can adjust the aspect ratio, you can adjust everything. And this time let's have a different preset. So in the starting I didn't have any presets, so let's try a cartoony preset. Let's create image. So like I said, image added to queue, and we're gonna wait. Besides that, there's remix. So if you have 2 images generated, that you can choose one of them and you can click on remix and you can choose which version. So version 1, version 2, and you can ask which changes you want to make based off of the version you want, right? And then lastly is if you do have the pro version of Sora or ChatGPT, OpenAI, then you can click on create video and you can choose whether you want to create the video of variation 1 or variation 2, and it will create a 5 to 6 second video of whatever you want the guy doing, whether it's walking towards the Statue of Liberty or, you know, doing something. Okay, so this is interesting. Not very cartoony, but in terms of the image itself, not gonna lie, it looks quite convincing. Again, for me, number 2 is the winner here, just because of the sun's reflection of his face. And I think this image looks a bit more cinematic compared to this one. I think his face looks a bit flat. But then again, comment down below which image you like best, either number 1 or number 2. Otherwise, it doesn't look very cartoony to me. It sort of looks the same. I was expecting a bit of doodles or cartoony figures here. But in the end, yeah, it did decrease the blur of the Statue of Liberty, which is good. And no person in the background, so it's kept everything the same. Hence, whatever image you are going to create with Sora, make sure that you give it context, you give it clarity, you explain in detail what you want in the image itself. And it could be the most minor details, because the more details you give it, the more accurate your image is going to be, and the more realistic and the more professional your image is going to be. But that was it for this video. If you did enjoy it, then please go ahead, like this video and subscribe, because the next few videos will be on different AI models in this course. And if you do think that this course is helping you out, then please go ahead, share this with someone who you think it will also help. And then again, if you guys haven't watched this video, then go ahead, watch it right now, and stay tuned for the other parts of this course.